Welcome to Road Ready Recaps. Are you looking for a concise and full overview of Iowa Driver License Manual 2025? You are at the right place. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Your Driver's License. Iowa ties driving privileges to clear residency and readiness rules that every new driver must meet. This chapter explains who needs a license, what documents you must carry, and which screenings prove you are fit to drive. Who needs an Iowa driver's license? Operating any motor vehicle on Iowa's public roads requires a valid Iowa permit or license unless a specific exemption applies. Iowa treats you as a resident after you register to vote, enroll a child in public school, accept a permanent job, or live here continuously for 30 days. Filing an Iowa homestead or military tax exemption or receiving state public assistance also establishes licensing residency. Exceptions cover driving military vehicles on duty, farm equipment within 2 miles of the farm, and visitors using a current out-of-state license. Carrying your license, insurance, and registration. Keep your driver's license or permit with you whenever you drive. Officers may request it at any time. Iowa-registered vehicles must carry current registration papers and a valid liability insurance card, printed or digital. Failure to present documentation can result in fines and possible vehicle impoundment until proof is produced. Verified digital insurance cards display correctly before traveling, especially in areas with limited cellular coverage. Required health screenings and tests. All applicants must pass a vision screening to confirm they can see clearly enough for safe driving. A computer-based knowledge test checks your understanding of Iowa traffic laws, signs, and safe driving practices. Drivers under 18 need an Iowa-approved driver education course. Successful completion may waive the road test requirement. When a road test is required, you must demonstrate competent vehicle control, defensive driving, and compliance with traffic rules. Chapter 01 Summary. Chapter 01 sets the foundation. Establish Iowa residency, keep license, registration, and insurance at hand, and clear essential vision and knowledge checks. Act early on driver education and testing requirements to streamline your licensing journey. Next up, Chapter 02 deciphers the shapes, colors, and signals of Iowa's traffic signs so you can read the road with confidence. Chapter 2. Traffic signs and rules of the road. Shapes, colors, and pavement cues speak a language every Iowa driver must understand. This chapter teaches the sign system and right-of-way rules that turn chaos into orderly traffic. Sign Categories Overview. Regulatory signs state the law, ignore them, and expect a ticket or crash. Warning signs alert to curves, crossings, and work zones that demand speed or lane changes. Guide, service, and recreation signs help you find routes, hospitals, fuel, and parks without sudden maneuvers. Regulatory signs. Octagon means stop, come to a complete stop before the line or crosswalk. Triangle means yield, slow, scan, and proceed only when the path is clear. Vertical rectangles post speed limits, lane use, and parking rules. They carry full legal weight. Red circles with / prohibit specific movements such as U-turns or left turns. Follow added plaques like accept right turn to apply rules correctly. Warning signs. Yellow diamonds flag curves, merges, dips, and animal crossings. Adjust speed before you reach them. Fluorescent yellow-green highlights school zones, crossings, and bicycle warnings. Expect vulnerable users. Orange diamonds appear in work zones where lanes narrow, surfaces change, or workers are present. Chevron alignment markers guide you through sharp curves, steers smoothly along their arrows. Guide, service, and recreation signs. Green guide signs list distances, exits, and street names so you can plan lane changes early. Blue service signs point to fuel, food, lodging, hospitals, and EV charging stations. Brown recreation signs direct you to parks, historic sites, and scenic byways. Watch for slower sightseeing traffic. Pavement markings and lane lines. Broken white lines separate lanes moving the same direction. You may change lanes when clear. Solid white lines discourage lane changes and mark shoulder edges. Broken yellow center lines allow passing when no traffic approaches. Solid yellow bans passing. Two-way left turn lanes share turns from both directions. Enter only briefly before your turn. Stop lines, yield triangles, and crosswalk bars show where to stop and yield. Traffic signals and flashing lights. Steady red means stop. Right turns on red are allowed after a complete stop unless signed otherwise. Flashing red equals a stop sign. Flashing yellow urges caution. Proceed when roadway is clear. Arrows apply only to the turn lane they face. Yellow arrows warn the protected phase is ending. Dark signals, power outage, convert the intersection to an always stop. Proceed in turn. Right-of-way basics. At four-way stops, the first vehicle to stop goes first. Ties yield to the driver on the right. Drivers turning left must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. Entering traffic from driveways, alleys, or parking lots must yield to all roadway users. Emergency vehicles with lights or sirens always receive immediate right-of-way. Pull to the right and stop. Speed rules. Follow posted signs. When none are posted, Iowa defaults 20 miles per hour in school zones, 25 miles per hour in business districts, 55 miles per hour on rural two-lane highways, and 70 miles per hour on rural interstates. Adjust speed for weather, visibility, traffic, and road surface even below the posted limit. Driving too slowly can be unsafe. Keep pace with traffic while respecting the maximum. School zones and buses. Flashing yellow beacons mean the school speed limit is in effect. Slow down and watch for children. When a school bus flashes red lights and extends its stop arm on undivided roads, traffic both ways must stop. On divided highways, only vehicles traveling the same direction as the bus must stop. Intersections, roundabouts, and turning. Signal at least 100 feet, about 3-4 seconds, before turns or lane changes. Yield to bicycles and pedestrians when entering or exiting roundabouts. Stay in your lane through the circle. Use the leftmost lane to turn left and the rightmost lane to turn right unless pavement arrows indicate otherwise. Railroad crossings. Stop at least 15 feet from tracks when gates lower, lights flash, or a train approaches. Never drive around lowered gates. Wait until they rise completely and lights stop. After one train passes, look both directions. Another may approach on a second track. Work zones and flaggers. Orange signs and cones narrow lanes and lower speed limits. Fines double for violations. Obey flaggers. They have the same legal authority as a traffic signal. Merge early and maintain extra following distance. Worker lives depend on your patience. Move over and emergency vehicles. Iowa's move over law requires a full lane change away from stopped emergency or maintenance vehicles displaying flashing lights. If a lane change is impossible, slow to a safe speed below the posted limit and pass with caution. Failing to comply risks fines and puts responders at deadly risk. Chapter 02 Summary. Traffic signs, signals, and right-of-way rules create predictable order. Learn them, obey them, and scanning the road becomes second nature. Keep speeds reasonable, yield when in doubt, and give space to workers, buses, and responders. Chapter 03 shifts focus to vehicle control, starting, steering, and braking techniques that turn knowledge into action. Chapter 3. Preparing to drive. Good trips start before the ignition. This chapter fine-tunes your car, seat, mindset, and alertness so the miles ahead unfold smoothly. Master pre-drive checks. Adjust technologies wisely and learn how belts, sobriety, and rest lock in safety. Maintaining your vehicle. Follow the maintenance schedule in your owner's manual to catch wear before it becomes a roadside breakdown. Keep dual braking systems, lights, tires, and steering components in top condition. Faults in any one can erase stopping distance. Check fluid levels. windshield wipers, and exhaust integrity regularly. Fumes or poor visibility disable good drivers. Well-maintained vehicles handle emergencies better and keep insurance claims and premiums low. Adjusting seats and mirrors. Sit high enough to see the road 1 to 15 seconds ahead. Your shoulders should touch the seat with wrists resting on the wheel rim. Secure head restraints so the middle aligns with the back of your head, limiting whiplash in rear impacts. Set side mirrors to barely show the vehicle's flanks. This wide view shrinks blind spots when combined with quick shoulder checks. Recheck seat and mirror positioning each time someone else drives or you haul large cargo. Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, ADAS. Features like automatic emergency braking and blind spot alerts add an electronic safety net but never replace attentive driving. Know which systems are warnings only and which will intervene. Surprises at high speed can startle an unprepared driver. During driver exams, backup cameras may assist, but convenience tech, such as adaptive cruise control, must remain off. Keep sensors clean, cameras unobstructed, and software updated so aids perform as intended. Being aware of blind spots. Every vehicle hides danger zones beyond mirror reach. Larger vehicles create wider, deeper blind spots. Quick shoulder glances fill the gap before lane changes. Never rely on mirrors or technology alone. Avoid pacing alongside semis or buses. If you can't see a truck's mirrors, the driver can't see you. At night or in rain, expand following distance. Spray and glare in large blind areas for everyone. Seat belts and child restraints. Iowa law requires drivers and all passengers to buckle up. Belts cut fatal injury risk by nearly half. Wear lap belts low across hips and shoulder belts snug over the collarbone, not under the arm or behind the back. Children under 1 and under 20 pounds ride rear-facing. Older toddlers use forward-facing seats until at least age 4. Booster seats position belts correctly for kids under 4 feet 9 inches. The back seat is the safest spot for any child restraint. Securing loose objects. An unsecured 20 lb item turns into a 1000 lb missile at 55 miles per hour. Stow gear in the trunk or tie it down. Keep floor mats flat and clear. Objects wedged under pedals can block braking or throttle travel. Remove snow, ice, and debris from roof and bed. Flying chunks endanger drivers behind you. Eliminating distractions. Distractions come in 3 forms: visual, eyes off road; manual, hands off wheel; and cognitive, mind off driving. Silence phones, preset GPS, and finish grooming before departure. Each 2-second glance triples crash risk. If a distraction demands attention, crying child, dropped item, pull off the road rather than multitask at speed. Alcohol and drugs. Even a single drink or dose can slow reaction time. Don't trust buzzed judgment. Plan a sober ride home. Iowa's OWI law revokes licenses for 180-plus days at .08 BAC or any detectable controlled substance. Prescription or OTC meds that cause drowsiness carry the same impairment danger. Read labels and ask a pharmacist. Drowsy driving. Fatigue mimics alcohol impairment. After 18 hours awake, drivers act like they are at .05 BAC. Early clues include lane drifting, heavy eyelids, and missed signs. Open windows and loud music do not cure sleep debt. Pull into a safe area for a 15 to 0-minute nap or change drivers. Pushing on risks catastrophic microsleeps. Chapter 03 Summary. Preparation turns potential chaos into calm control. Ready vehicle, fitted seat, clear mind, and full alertness. Secure everything and silence every distraction so nothing steals precious seconds when hazards appear. Chapter 04 explores traffic interactions, sharing lanes with trucks, bikes, and farm equipment on Iowa's diverse roads. Chapter 4 Basic Driving Skills. This chapter converts pre-drive preparation into smooth, confident vehicle control. Master starts, stops, turns, and lane changes, the foundation every advanced maneuver builds on. Starting the vehicle. Place the transmission in park or neutral for manuals, and press the brake before turning the key or pushing start. Check gauges immediately, warning lights for oil pressure or battery call for shutting the engine off again. Release the parking brake only after the engine is running and you are ready to move. In cold weather, let the oil pressure stabilize for a few seconds before shifting into gear. Shifting gears. Use the brake pedal anytime you move from park to drive or reverse to prevent rollback. For manual transmissions, depress the clutch fully, shift smoothly, and release the clutch while adding light throttle. Downshift before climbing steep hills or descending long grades to avoid straining the engine and brakes. Never shift to reverse while the vehicle is still rolling forward. Accelerating. Apply throttle gently. Hard acceleration wastes fuel and can spin the drive wheels on slick surfaces. Build speed early on entrance ramps to merge smoothly with traffic flow. Use firm acceleration only when passing or clearing an intersection that has suddenly become hazardous. Braking and stopping. Scan well ahead and ease onto the brake pedal. Smooth pressure keeps passengers comfortable and saves brake wear. Brake early when approaching red lights or stop signs. The extra seconds give tailgaters time to react. In vehicles with ABS, press the pedal firmly in emergencies and let the system pulse, do not pump. Appropriate speed. Match posted limits and adjust for weather, traffic, and visibility. Legal maximums are not always safe maximums. Keeping up with traffic reduces rear-end risk, but never let peer pressure push you beyond conditions. Use the right lane if you must travel significantly below the flow or are towing a heavy trailer. Steering. Grip the wheel at 9 and 3 o'clock for best control of airbags and precise inputs. Use hand-to-hand, push-pull, steering on curves. Avoid crossing arms where airbags could injure wrists. Look where you want to go. The vehicle naturally follows your line of sight. Backing. Shift to reverse only after the vehicle stops. Place your right hand on the back of the passenger seat and look through the rear window. Back slowly. Idle speed is usually enough. Riding the brake maintains control. Check both mirrors frequently and stop immediately if your view becomes blocked. Proper turning. Signal at least 100 feet, about 3 seconds, before the turn. Slow before entering the turn, then accelerate gently through the apex to maintain traction. Turn from the lane closest to the direction you intend and finish in the corresponding lane unless signs allow otherwise. Changing lanes. Signal, check mirrors, and glance over your shoulder to clear the blind spot. Move gradually. Abrupt lateral jumps startle other drivers and upset vehicle balance. Cancel your signal once centered in the new lane and re-establish a safe following gap. Chapter 04 Summary. Starts, stops, steering, and lane changes form the muscle memory of safe driving. Practice them until each becomes automatic. Smooth, planned movements save fuel, cut wear, and leave mental bandwidth for scanning hazards. Chapter 05 applies these skills at higher speeds, expressway entry, passing strategy, and freeway exits. Chapter 5, Applying your driving skills. With the basics mastered, you're ready to blend into complex traffic, from busy interchanges to dark rural lanes. These skills protect you, your passengers, and everyone sharing Iowa's roads. Intersections. Approach every intersection with your foot poised to brake, eyes scanning left, right, then left again. Uncontrolled intersections operate on first arrival and right-hand rules. Yield to the vehicle that stopped first or to the one on your right. Before turning left, yield to oncoming traffic and watch for pedestrians stepping off the curb. Keep crosswalks clear. Stop lines mark where your bumper must rest. Interstate and highway driving. Use entrance ramps to reach highway speed before merging. Yield to through traffic, but don't stop on the ramp unless necessary. Maintain a minimum 4-second following distance. Extend it to 6 seconds in rain or darkness. Keep right except to pass and recheck mirrors plus blind spot before returning to the travel lane. Signal early for exits and move to the deceleration lane well in advance. Reduced conflict intersections. These 4-lane highway layouts remove left turns from side roads to cut crash points in half. Drivers on the side road first turn right, merge, then make a U-turn at the designated median opening. Signs and channelizing islands guide your path. Follow them precisely rather than improvising. Diverging diamond interchanges, DDI. At a DDI, traffic crosses to the opposite side of the road on both bridge ends, eliminating left turn conflicts. Follow lane markings and signals. Stay between the curbs even though the pattern feels unfamiliar. Watch for large overhead arrows that steer you back to the right side after the interchange. Roundabouts. Slow to the posted advisory speed and yield to traffic already circulating from the left. Choose your lane before entry, right lane for right turns or straight, left lane for straight or left/U-turns. Stay in your lane, signal your exit, and never stop inside the circle unless emergency forces it. Rural roads. Expect soft shoulders, narrow bridges, and slow-moving farm equipment. Scan farther ahead than you would in town. Use low-beam headlights at dusk so oncoming drivers spot you sooner among hills and trees. Gravel requires slower speeds and gentle steering to avoid sliding on loose aggregate. Night driving. Overdrive your headlights. Keep speed low enough to stop within the illuminated distance. Dim high beams within 500 feet of oncoming vehicles and 300 feet when following. Keep dashboards dim, bright interiors erase precious night vision. Deer and other animals. Most wildlife collisions happen at dawn and dusk. Scan shoulders for glowing eyes. If a deer bolts, brake firmly. Never swerve into opposing lanes or off the roadway. Where one deer appears, others usually follow. Remain alert after the first crosses. Sharing the road with large trucks. Avoid lingering in no zones. If you can't see the truck driver's mirrors, the driver can't see you. Give trucks extra space on turns. Trailers need the whole adjacent lane to swing wide. When passing, use steady speed. Merge back only when you see both truck headlights in your inside mirror. Chapter 05 Summary. Applying core skills in real traffic means reading the environment early, signaling clearly, and managing space generously. Adjust for higher speeds, bigger vehicles, and lower visibility without sacrificing courtesy or caution.